I am currently at the Veterans Memorial Park at the Villages, which is like a city, I guess, or multiple cities here near Lady Lake in Florida. I guess it's like northwest central Florida, where I've been here for a little bit over a week, getting ready to wrap up my stay here and then head on to the next location next week. But there seems to be like a little town here, a little like almost like a downtown area that is, I guess, the Villages themselves. Got some interesting shops and stuff that I'm going to be checking out. Maybe we'll go for a little tour. But what I noticed is all these people here driving around in golf carts. I thought they were like, you know, like a service that was going to come pick me up and take me into the town. But apparently it's the residents. I guess in the Villages, they drive around on little golf carts. Anyhow, as you know, when I hit a new town, I generally try to find a place to park for the night, take a shower, get food and whatnot. And then secondary to that is finding a place like this where I can like breathe. You know, if I need a little Denoy time, just to get away from the grind of the job and trying to sell knives or dealing with just trying to stay alive. It's always nice to find a little park, and so I just basically Googled a nearby park, and this came up, which isn't a big park or anything, but evidently has easy access parking, and it's a Veterans Memorial site, which, you know, it's something that's dear to my heart, being a veteran myself, and I think it's always great that cities honor their vets. So this is my first time out here, and it's a smaller monument than some of the ones I've seen elsewhere throughout Florida, but it is very beautiful and peaceful, and I guess these are benches you can sit on, as well as a nice little lake here that you can just sit and watch the water, which I think we're going to do here in a minute. But look at that tree. You can have a little picnic over there under that tree. What a beautiful location. Says, let's look at our flagpole and what the plaque says underneath here. In honor of the men and women of our armed forces who have declared ex-POWs and MIA, or missing in action. So they got the United States flag up there and the Palmia flag, the bird soaring overhead. And it's got a little lake. There's lots of lakes around here. It is so beautiful out here. Camera's having a hard time focusing here, though. Doesn't know what I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to focus on that far away, so you can see the tree there. It's a fancy looking tree, very beautiful. And the lake itself is like a mirror. Look at that lake. Is that cool or what? I hope this camera's focusing. It looks like it's having issues focusing here, because the light is kind of low. It is in the evening, and I know it might not show it on the camera, but it is starting to get somewhat dark. But a very scenic, serene view from here. So I am going to just take it all in and just go have a seat over here at this bench. Just relax. And maybe I'll walk around today at the buildings are like over there. It's like a downtown section. So we'll check it out and see what's here. But this place is so beautiful. You know, what's interesting about this particular location of Sam's Club is that I thought that I would do really well here. Because when I pulled into the Sam's Club, I was like, holy schmoly, this place is busy. Well, it turns out that even though it was busy, I didn't do so well. I mean, I didn't do badly. I didn't, you know, do terrible. It wasn't like at Coco or something, but it wasn't as good as I'd hoped. And the reason for that was simply a lot of the people here, they already have the knives. They bought them when Larry was here last year. So, you know, or other people, they already have either the Hessler knives or something even better. You know, the $2,000 knife sets. So it was a hard sell, you know. People already had the knives. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people came up to tell me as I'm doing the show, these are great knives. Which, of course, tells me no sales, because they already bought the knives. You know, these knives, once you buy them, you really never have to buy another set. Literally, you never have to buy another set. So I know that when someone tells me they've got the knives, I'm not going to get any sales. They already have them, which means they won't buy another one unless they're getting it as a gift for someone. But a lot of times when they buy these knives, when they first see them and they're impressed with them, they usually buy a whole bunch. You know, they buy 2, 3, or 4. So it was very hard for me. I struggled. And also they didn't give me the mega sets, the huge ones that had the Santoku knife. Those things sell for $150, $149.88, $149.97, something like that. Those are easier to sell than the ones that sell for $119.88, which is a 16-piece set that I have. They didn't give me any of the 19-piece sets to sell. So they only gave me the 16-piece sets, which has me a bit annoyed. Because the 16-piece, even though it's only $119.88, they're harder to sell than the 19-piece. Because the 19-piece set includes what's called a Santoku knife, which is like a $120 knife by itself. And 2 extra steak knives. So you get 10 steak knives with that set. And an extra Santoku knife in addition to the base set. And a nice attractive holder. So, you know, for $30 more, you get a Santoku and 2 extra steak knives, which makes them easier to sell as a whole. So I would prefer to sell the $150 sets versus trying to sell the $120 sets. And not only that, I get a better commission. But, you know, things being what they are, I think they're trying to get rid of these 16-piece sets. And they're giving them all to me to sell, which is terrible. It's kind of annoying me a bit because they're harder to sell and I earn less commission. But anyhow, enough of that whining. This place is beautiful. Look at the Spanish moss on these plants. Maybe I'll go up close to one, but you really don't want to get too close or get that stuff in your hair or on your skin, because Spanish moss has these little creatures. They're like little red things. I forget what they're called. They're tiny. They're almost invisible. And they like to jump on you, on your scalp and your skin, and eat you. So this is what Spanish moss looks like, for those of you who don't know what it looks like up close. It's, I'm going to stick here. I don't really want to touch it. But see that? That's the Spanish moss. And you definitely don't want to put this stuff on your skin or in your hair, because even though you can't see it on here, there are these like microscopic little creatures that eat skin. And they like to dig into your head, your scalp. Now, sadly, for one of the models I work with, I didn't know that. For those of you who have been following me, you know I do some model photography, or used to in my less than crazy days when things were a little bit more normal for me. And I actually saw all the Spanish moss on a tree, and I had a model that I was testing with out in Gainesville. And I told her to put them all on her head. Yeah, that was terrible. She contacted me, you know, days later and said that her head was itching like crazy and her hair was falling out and stuff. And she had to go see the doctor, and they found all these little creatures inside her head and her scalp. I felt terrible. So, of course, I'm walking underneath the tree, which I think I won't do. Just in case they see me and decide to jump down and try to land on my head. But anyhow, this pond is pretty cool. I guess there's fish in there because I can see some little bubbles popping up and down. I haven't seen any large fish yet. But conceivably, there could be alligators here. Yeah. I guess this is cypress. Is that what that is? Do you guys know? Those of you who are tree experts? When you have a plant like this, one of these things with these triangular bases, I don't know if you can see it here. I guess that's a cypress, right? Is that what a cypress looks like? Maybe you can tell me. I know we have a lot of experts here watching the channel. And you guys kind of teach me things. Because, you know, I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know plants. But it's always nice to watch this channel, post something, and then, you know, somebody on there can tell me what it is. But yeah, anytime you have a body of water in Florida, expect alligators. So it's conceivable that there could be alligators in this pond. But it is quite beautiful. Looks so serene, doesn't it? It's like a mirror. You see the sky there, the reflection of the clouds in the camera's having a hard time focusing. Hello, camera, let's focus. There we go. There's a reflection. So the camera is having a really hard time because the light is a little bit low. But it is such a beautiful scene here. Thought I would share this Veterans Memorial Park with you guys. I guess you can walk all the way around because I see there's like another bench on the other side over there. And of course that's highway, I think that's 27, 441 if I'm not mistaken. This place is absolutely beautiful. I think the people here have money, that's for sure. I just wish they wanted to buy more knives. But it's understandable that most of them would already have the sets or something better. So what you think would be a good location, you know, the store was so busy. I thought, shing shing, I'm gonna make decent income on this. Turned out to be shang shang. Sorry, no go. Most of them already have the knives. But still, not too bad. Not as good as I would have liked, but if they don't extend me, I only have a few more days here. You know, I have tomorrow, which is Friday. Today's Thursday. Then the weekend I'll be hanging out at the house, at Walter's house. Maybe to you, if you know, if I have time, I'll try to do an episode with the tree. See if we can get some more done. And then I'm back here for a few more days. And off I go to I don't know where. Interestingly, the news just came out and said that Walmart is closing 63 Sam's Club stores. Yeah. So they just announced it and they're closed. Some of them are like closed suddenly, like right away. The workers showed up and couldn't even get in. You know, the door was locked. There was a sign saying they were closed permanently. So Walmart closed a whole bunch of stores throughout the whole United States. In Florida, I don't know how many closed, but I know they just closed Fern Park, which is where the show was. Not the one I was at. I thought I was going to be at Fern Park, but they stuck me in Apopka. And then from Apopka, they stuck me into Cocoa. But the Fern Park store just closed. You know, the show itself just closed yesterday. And they moved that to Oviedo. So there's a group doing the show at Oviedo right now. Me, I'm currently over here at Lady Lake. And it is a beautiful area for those of you who aren't familiar with Lady Lake. I didn't realize that it was so beautiful up here in this part of Florida. It doesn't even look like Florida. Most of Florida is flat, at least, you know, where I'm used to. And even South Florida, which is very beautiful in South Florida, but it doesn't look like this. This area here looks kind of southern, I think, but not south, although we have these trees, you know, massive trees with the what do they call those things again? I forget. Spanish moss. So that gives it a southern look, but very Spanish style buildings around here with the tiles and stuff. And you can see those houses back there. Maybe we'll go take a look if I can cross the bridge here, but they have a nice looking, beautiful looking bridge here. Just everything around here is very, very nicely done. Very nice. And evidently there's sidewalks so you can walk around here. So we're gonna go for a little walk. Meanwhile, the little carts and stuff continue to go by. You can see everybody's got nice cars around here. And I'm out of here, so let me cross over. Come over to the lake here. I don't know what these little markers are. They have these little floater thingies everywhere. I don't know if they're here to mark lanes or what. You can see all these little markers with yellow, red, or yellow, pink, white. Seem to be only those three colors, so on a red. Look at that building. Fancy. Everything here is fancy schmancy. Wow. What a view. This place is absolutely stunning. Look at the birds. How I miss nature. Yeah, it's hard to believe that just last week we were freezing here. It was like down to 28 degrees. I know you northerners are laughing at me because you're dealing with minus something degrees, right? It's currently like 72 degrees here in Lady Lake. And, you know, I'm just like enjoying this nice weather. And believe it or not, I'm contemplating running the fan now at night to stay cool, because it's starting to warm up inside the vehicle. So I'm dealing with the opposite problem of what I had just last week where I was freezing. Now I'm actually starting to feel a little hot inside. But wow, look at this place. What a scenic view. Absolutely beautiful. Look at all those birds there. Isn't that awesome? Let's go out there and take a look at this dock. More of the, I guess these are cypress? I'm guessing they're cypress. You guys tell me. This place is incredibly beautiful. All these ducks and other birds. Look at them go. How beautiful. I'm willing to bet people come out here to feed them. That's probably why they're all standing around here. But they actually have little markers here. I don't know if that's depth markers or what. Why they would have all those. But you can see this little boat dock-like thingy here has bird poo everywhere. So the birds like using it. Surprisingly, I appear to be the only human out here. Although at the Veterans Park there was a lady out there with a phone. But as far as out here, I seem to be the only person out here. That's perfect. You hear the birds? Do you hear them? Look at all those ducks and birds just flying across. What a view. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, it is starting to get dark, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out for now. Just wanted to thank all of you who were praying for me and encouraging me and wishing me well. There goes more birds. Wow. So much wildlife out here. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Want to wish you all a beautiful, fantastic night. Please stay warm. Take care of yourselves and know that I'm thinking of and praying for each of you. Take care now, everybody.